opportunities are very affordable, so we guarantee that your advertisements will be heard by its intended target market. We even customize packages just for you. Our premier sales staff has several years experience in radio advertising, so you can rest assured and be confident in the capabilities of our team. We pledge first-class service with an even better result. Experience, satisfaction, and competence are guaranteed when you do business with us. Give us a call at 758-457-7488 or email us at caribbeanhitsfm@gmail.com. Make Hits FM your choice today. Tune in to Hits FM every Wednesday from 6 to 10 p.m. and Saturdays from 6 to 11 p.m. It's the big country. Right here on Hits 92.1 and 91.1, the Maximum Music Authority, for the most interactive country show on radio. Hits 92.1 and 91.1, the Maximum Music Authority, the big country, right here on Hits. I want to say good morning once again to each and every one of the folks locked on via GVD TV channel 115, and of course Hits FM 92.1, 91.1, the Maximum Music Authority. Another edition of Man vs. Woman, and I have two women in studio this morning. Good morning to you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. That's how you guys gonna come here, Man vs. Woman, this morning.
Woman versus man. Good morning.
I'd like to hear you speak a little louder. Come on, let me hear you. Got energy? Good morning. Let me hear you.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Leo.
Where you from?
Hits FM.
Where you from? I just thought I'd terrorize you this morning. What do you guys think? I'm terrorizing both of you this morning.
Okay.
Is that a good thing?
No.
We have a scenario and we have some questions. Man versus woman, right?
Woman versus man.
I want to say good morning to the folks at TV Line. We're a little disorganized this morning. That's because we've been going crazy this morning in the studio here. We've had a lot of interviews for Roots and Soul. You know, we've had Kamaya Lisette in. We also had Dupes just left the studio, and of course, the band Skip Monday was also in. So you know, busy morning. All right, but we're here, and it's Man versus Woman, and I know it's Stephanie. You said you had some questions this morning, so I want you to kickstart it.
Okay.
Well,
my first question is, why do most men hate commitment?
Why do men hate commitment? Most men. Do you actually believe that men hate commitment, or is it a thing where? Let me just set you up. All right, great. How do you know men hate commitment? All men hate commitment.
I never said all men.
Most men.
Okay?
Most men. Why do you think most men hate commitment? Why do you think we hate commitment? First of all.
Because they never seem to do what they have to do.
When you say
like
do what they had to do?
Being in a relationship. Women tend to commit more.
Right.
To
be more serious about it.
Yeah.
I don't know about submission. Y'all don't submit to anything. What I think. Go ahead.
No, then I forget the word. I'm looking for the word.
All right. Well, when you keep looking for it. We'll, in the meantime, I believe that when it comes to commitment, and we talk about men not wanting to commit, and women are more ready to commit, I believe it's a case of maturity.
Okay.
Women mature a lot faster than men do, right?
Mentally
and physically. when we are at the stage of still playing around and having fun, women are like, no, that's not what I want to do. That's not how I want to live. So you find women
we like to be in charge.
that too. But what I find is that let's take for instance a man of 25 years old and a woman of 25 years old. You'll find that she has a much different, a more serious mindset than the guy. She would. So in her mind, she's ready to settle down. She's ready to have children. She's ready to start that career. She's ready to build that house. She's ready to start that family. Right?
Okay.
Just remember too, you all have a what they call a biological clock, and every woman is aware of that at a certain age. we might find a woman, let's say for instance, she's 29 or 30 years old and she doesn't have any children, and we might say, well, that's great. I wish I was like you. I wish I could have waited that long. And in her mind, she's thinking, me wait that long? I really want to have a child now because my clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Or now is the time where. So in her mind, she's at a point where she wants to have a certain things done, accomplished. Whereas at 30 years old, most guys are just enjoying themselves. If you give them the chance, they will just continue enjoying themselves. So it's not a matter of being afraid of commitment, because I think that when one is in a relationship and one realizes that that other person is the perfect or is the person that they want to be with, then their whole mindset will change.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, I understand now.
All right. So I'm hoping that I'm right. All right. The number here is 721-3303. It's also up on your screen. You can give us a call, or you can call us via WhatsApp at WhatsApp is 721-3303. Our main in-house number is 458-2488. Man versus woman. You got another question?
Your turn. It's your turn.
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. Why are women always so quick, or they're always usually the first in a relationship to sort of want to go public with a relationship? Yes. You're dating someone and you're just dating, but that person's ready to post the pictures, let her friends know that you guys are hooking up or together.
Because we ready to commit.
Because after 3 weeks?
Well,
women
Uh-huh.
take things more serious
than men.
But, I mean, to me...
Women are emotional creatures,
Mhm.
like we always say. So it will be more... How would I say? Not meaningful. Like, it will be more to them than you all. If you
Then
understand
that's,
what I'm
I
trying to
mean,
say.
meanwhile, we're like,
it means
She's
a
my
lot to
friend.
us. Yeah.
But
So-
like, the women will be like, oh my god, I'm in a relationship, but you're
Yes,
just like,
I have a girl. I have a girl.
I have a girl, eh? I have a
a
girl.
girl.
Yeah, man. My girl are there, so nothing serious,
Yeah,
right? So you think, but do you think it's okay though that when two people in a relationship, for instance, you and I just start dating, whether it's a month or 2 months, whatever, and you decide that, let me throw some big pics up, right?
that's fine.
Do you think that it should be something that both of you should discuss, or it's
No. Because
You
if we're in
might
a
already
relationship,
mind. Why
exactly.
should I
But I
ask
mean,
we already
so-
a picture
no,
of
but
the
I mean,
two of
to
us.
me,
That means you have something
most
to
guys,
hide.
no, we don't. See,
Yes.
see, why do you think we have something to hide?
So
Most
why-
guys,
so why I
because
cannot put a
maybe,
picture?
maybe he's just not ready for.
So while you're not
Us
ready
to
to
go
be with me, you're not ready to be in a
Exactly.
relationship.
If you don't want anybody else to know, then why?
It's not a matter of people
why-
knowing. It's not about people
Okay,
because people
but
will
people
definitely.
will
People
see.
obviously will see us together. They will see us
Exactly,
out and
so why
about.
they cannot see
But
us
if,
on a
if,
picture?
if, for instance, we share some intimate moments with some photos, maybe we'll go on a boat ride and we have some sunset photos together. The pictures in the back. That's our photos. That's the two of
Share
that
it
belongs to
with
the two of
the
us. It belongs to the two of us. So if
I'm
you're going to
responsible
share it,
because I'm like
if
that.
you're going to share it, don't you think that I need to have a little say
No.
Say
when it
about
comes to
what?
sharing it?
It's
Nope.
on my phone. Maybe your phone you sent it to me. It's now on my phone. Yes, I'm in the picture.
But why do women do that though? I mean, guys would actually wait until
Well, women
you know
just like
we
to go
actually
all
When
out.
you're
have
sharing
confirmed.
yourself with other women, you just
No,
ask us.
now,
You all doesn't ask us,
listen.
huh?
You're taking this down the
Okay.
wrong road. You see this woman? That's not the question. That's
We don't
I
have
can
to
make that a
ask.
question. I can make that a question. I can make that a question. You see how fiery she is? She ready to jump on me, eh?
That's good.
But I mean, a lot of guys,
Yes.
and I've had this conversation with a lot of guys where we feel that when it comes to these things, women will just take the charge and say, "Oh, nah, I'm gonna put that out there." And if you say, "Well, babes, you know, look, I wasn't really ready for that to go out there yet," first
No,
thing you
I'm
jump on,
currently
first thing you jump on
You
is that
have
we have
another
somebody else or
woman,
something we're
yes.
trying to
Or
hide.
you don't want somebody to
Uh-huh.
see or something
Exactly.
else. You have something hiding. Okay, we took a picture. What was the purpose of the picture? So the picture just.
So we have memories. We have memories.
Well,
Yeah,
our memories in our
memories.
mind.
we have
Yes.
we'll have memories. And we share the memories amongst ourselves.
Not amongst
Right,
ourselves.
Niall?
No, no, no,
You
no.
know, you don't have to be the one putting it out there, unless to me I believe that we should discuss it.
Discuss what? What
There's
is there to
nothing to
discuss?
Maybe babes, do you think I could? Is it okay?
What they have to discuss, they're not discussing,
Because
but they
Atwala-
want to discuss a picture. Me posting a
Yeah,
picture.
yes, because sometimes I think most women post pictures just out of malicious reasons. They don't post them because they generally.
Well, there are
they,
women like
they're
that.
like, let me
There
post
are
this and see
women
who's gonna send me a message
Exactly.
and comment.
You're right.
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
comment.
that's what I'm talking about. Who's gonna send a message to say, hey, that's your boyfriend?
I'm one.
You're one. So,
Yes,
so
I'm
you,
one.
why would
But I
you?
just finished it. I'm like that. I'll respond to that because I'm like that.
You like
Yes.
that?
Yes.
And that's why you guys have been so fiery about it.
Yes.
Yes.
hmm
I'm like that.
So what's the purpose though? What
What's the
what do you
purpose?
get out of it?
Because we don't want to be in a relationship with an answer.
But maybe it even haven't even gotten to a relationship yet. You guys are still getting to know each other.
No, if we still
Get
get
to
they
know
have
each
a
other.
limit. They have a
Exactly.
limit.
Uh-huh.
We'll not
But
take
if
romantic
I'm
pictures
with you,
together.
we
Yes.
taking part in chemistry and all that
Right.
kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
We
And
together.
take a picture. We together. We
Right.
take a picture, and I post it. You're going to come and tell me. I have to ask you.
Exactly.
No, I'm not
The
saying that.
picture-
I'm not
The
saying that
only way-
you have to ask. You know, I'm
Yeah, you
just
just
thinking
ask if-
you need to know that the other person is okay with you
Right.
posting.
Okay or not?
The only way I have to ask you if it's okay is if we just friends with benefits.
Or something like
That's
that.
it. But,
But-
if we're in a relationship,
There's no
I will
way.
just post a picture.
So
I
you
will
do what
ask
you so basically you do what you want.
Yes,
You're
I
not
do
really
what
sure
I
you do.
want 'cause you're
So
mine.
it's okay. It's okay for you to do what you want when we're in a relationship.
No. Not what you want.
To a certain
Do
But you just said it.
whatever,
You just
but
said it.
Just
To a
respect
certain
yourself,
extent.
right?
Just what extent is that, Stephanie?
Not disrespecting your relationship,
Exactly.
not going
Uh-huh.
out of hand, going over borders or however they say it.
So what
have
harm
certain
is it
limits
when
in
I
a
post a
relationship.
picture of the two of you or two of us?
Nothing. I mean, I'm just saying that
But
a
that's
lot
a
of
good
women would
question,
do it.
eh?
A lot of women would do it just because they want to hear who's going to or see who's going to respond to them. Hey, who's that? That's your boo. And then what does the mean?
Exactly.
You know,
what does
and
mean?
a lot of women do it because of that. Whereas you find the ones who really don't care about those type of things. They don't even bother posting. It's like that's their personal life. I mean, to me, if I'm with you, if we're having a relationship, it's really between you and I, not you and I in the world.
Never persons know what's going on.
Right.
in their
And
personal
why
life.
But it's
does
just
it?
a picture.
Why do you need to have
It's not that you-
everyone on your Instagram or your WhatsApp's approval
Of certain
of our relationship? That's how guys look at it. But then you guys twist it around. Oh, it's because you have something to hide.
well,
It's not because we have something to hide. I think sometimes, when you're in a relationship, you have to have limits as to what you put out there. Even when it comes to talking to your best friend, you have to have limits as to
Well,
what you
that's
discuss.
Another.
because if we're in a relationship,
And I have no limits.
but that's
Mine
not
too,
that's
we have
but
no
see,
limits.
the thing is, if we're in a relationship and we're going through certain things, I think it's on us to try to deal with this ourselves.
Right.
Because when you start bringing other people
Adding
into
people
it,
to it,
it makes it more
rules.
complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
And what could have been an easy fix now becomes difficult because there's so many people having their own say, their own belief, and their own thoughts as to what is happening and why it's happening.
Right.
Which to me is unfair to the relationship. It's unfair to the other person. So that was just my question. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Man versus woman.
Woman versus
You got another
man.
question for us?
Leo.
Uh-huh. Leah, you wanna? I see you guys
Can
wrote the
men
questions down.
control their erections?
Can we?
Can.
Yes.
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure we can.
So if a sexy lady walk there and say, now,
I can. A lot of guys I know
Some
can.
of them are getting
I think
You're
sometimes what you're trying to ask. I mean, okay, let's take for instance, you're in a party and you're dancing with a random guy or somebody you just barely know, and sometimes.
Well, erections
But-
in general.
But we can. I mean, but we just remember we are very sexual human beings, men and women, and it affects being aroused affects a woman differently than it does, or the signs are different, right, than women, right? You guys can hide it. We can't.
True.
how you cannot.
Because you could see.
Oh yeah.
But for
But we
women,
You can't
Unless-
see. You understand me? And unless that woman decides to let it out, you really wouldn't know if she doesn't want you to know,
true.
right?
That's true.
And your question, and I know where it came from, and I'm gonna answer. Even for when you go out and the carnival just finished, you dancing with a guy, you might figure, hey, you guy, but mate's getting a little excited behind there. You gotta remember, you're doing something very sexual. You're dancing.
Dancing is sexual.
Being close to each other is sexual. You can touch somebody,
Yeah.
and they become sexually, aroused.
Also, I don't allow people
To touch, yeah.
Right?
Don't
Well, it
touch.
depends on the touch. I mean, it depends, and it depends on your mind too,
That's true.
right? But some people are very provocative. They'll touch you, down
In a
your back
way.
in
That's
areas where they know that will, there are people who know where to touch.
Right.
Yeah. True.
And some of them, it's habit for them. They
Pervert.
just like to tease people, so they will touch
Yeah.
you in certain areas that they know
To
will make you go.
trouble you.
There you go. So I hope that answers your question. All right.
It does.
So apart from the questions, so we have a few more questions. So you want to do those
could-
now, or we'll leave them for
We
after?
could leave it for after.
After we have a situation on hand. We have one of our listeners sent us sent us a situation that they're having, and they wanted our take on it. And who wants to do the honors?
It's over. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dear ladies and asylum, my husband's children hate me. Notice I say stepkids. Because guys, I don't even want them on my step. These children are brazen. Terrible, just like the woman who gave birth to them. My husband and I have been married for 2 years now, and the kids are over 30 and they both have jobs. He divorced his wife, who took everything he had and fled with some young boy, so I've heard. So when I met my husband, he had nothing, no assets, only a good job and a car because he left the home for his kids. Now, 2 years in the making, and he is slowly getting back on his feet. He lives with me and he is now saving so he can start over, build a new home and so on. But these children, shishing my husband always wants something. If it isn't money for food, clothes and medicals, they always come up with some never heard about dilemma. I am believing that they are simply using him. In the 2 years we were together, he never got a birthday card, Christmas gift, or nothing. Only time I see them is when they're picking up money and when they come to raid my fridge. I am sick and tired of these terrible children. I want to ask them to stay away from my home, but I can't. I want to tell my husband, be careful about giving them so much, but St. Lucian men always find the excuse to harbor their children. What should I do? I am fed up, guys. Trust me.
Oh boy. You read that with so much compassion. It sounds like you're that person. You sure you're not?
Really? I'm not married.
You sure? Okay, all right. Wow. And this.
And the man
the
keeps
writer,
older than me.
the writer wants
That's
some
not
help.
kids.
What's that?
That's grown-ass men.
Grown people. I mean, I'm amazed that a 30-year-old can still have so much control
Over their parents.
their parents, their father. I'm amazed, but nevertheless, it's happening. So, we're gonna try to give some advice and maybe get some of our listeners to give some advice. The number here is 458-2488 or 721-3303. The situation is she's in a relationship with a divorced man who has children, who seems to be always at her home trying to get something from daddy, trying to, get something from their father, and she believes that they're doing it deliberately, because whenever those times comes around, like birthday and stuff like that, she never hear of them. She don't hear them. They're never there. They don't send them a card. They don't send them anything. Just when they want something, they'll send it. It happens. It happens a lot. I really want to caution her, though. Right. First of all, stepkids are stepkids, whether you like them or not.
Yeah.
Right. There's an old saying: you can make the child, but you can't make its mine.
Right.
And I believe that maybe these children are just being a little vindictive, because they're doing things that they know are upsetting you. At their age also, they shouldn't really be so dependent on their father, seeing that he has left everything for them already.
Yes,
right?
True.
He's left everything for you guys, even the home that he built, and now has trying to start over, and you're trying to disrupt that. I believe that could be a little vindictive. Maybe as she said, maybe they hate her. Maybe they don't want her. Maybe they believe that she's responsible for the breaking up of the relationship between their and their mother.
Big already.
Right.
Let it go.
Me personally, I love my father dearly. I didn't really grow up with my father, but nevertheless, I wish him all the best in everything he does. Whenever he has something going on, a new venture, he calls me, tells me about it. As a son, I would give him my advice, and I want to see him, build. In this case, you have a father who already lost everything to them.
Yes.
And now he's trying to build or start over, and they're trying to, maybe they don't even like the father. Maybe that's what's happening here. It's not really so much the new wife or the new girlfriend. Maybe they just bitter at the father,
Something
he did to the mother or even them.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I believe that's one of the things that we can look at. Maybe it's not just her. She's just caught in the middle. You're there with him, so whatever they serve him,
Happens to him, happens to
right? Whatever they serve him is they're gonna serve you also. For the father though, I mean, at that age, you're 30 years old. You should be trying to help me. I'm not saying that we're supposed to raise our children to help us, because we're supposed to actually raise our children and still have enough left over to take care of ourselves for the rest of our life.
Yes.
Right? That's the way it's supposed to really be.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. These children are not satisfied. I think that these kids are vindictive. They're being vindictive.
have jobs.
And they're both working.
They still come to
To finish the
wife
man.
home to finish the
After
man.
you're
The
taking
shit in
money,
the
you
man.
want everything in the fridge.
Yes.
And they come in the home and raid the fridge. So
Yeah.
she has really opened up her house to these children. Maybe that's the problem right there. Maybe when they come, let them stay at the front step.
Like
Stepchildren, stay right there. Maybe that's what she should do. I mean, maybe she should let them know that this is her home. And I am not going to say that you can't come here, but I have rules.
Yes.
When you say raid the fridge, what do you mean? They come and they take out, they make shopping in the fridge, they pack their
Yes, they maybe make
the trunk of their vehicle with your meat and your vegetables and everything, and leave your fridge empty. That's definitely a no-no.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
That's a no-no. If they want, the father, let him go and buy them stuff, which he has been doing by the sounds of it. So to me, it sounds like this is something that these kids are doing. Vindictive, they've been vindictive. They're going all out to make sure that the father doesn't get back on his feet. That's how I see it. And as I'm saying that these kids need to check themselves.
That's not kids, that's grown.
Well, in the parents' eyes, there will always be kids. This one says that's just ridiculous. Grown people come into my home to raid my fridge. Shame my husband? Nope. I would ban them immediately. And if my husband doesn't support me, I would ban him too.
Exactly.
Nonsense.
Go with your kids.
Betas.
Go with your kids.
He going to.
But again, maybe he's a big part of the problem. I think he's allowing these children to take advantage of him.
You're going to allow your children
Food.
come in my home
Right.
and try and destroy
You.
and
Everything.
Go and raid my fridge.
Take all the
disrespect
money
me.
we have.
Yes. And you just sit down there and do nothing.
Just remember, he's already lost everything to them,
Right.
and their mother.
He only had the car and a job. at
That's
the
what
time.
and now that he's getting himself back on track,
The children.
they're there
children.
to undermine and to take shish. I like the word shish. We have a call coming in. Let's see what this caller has to say. It's FM. Good morning. You live.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Asila. Good morning, Leah. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, so that's flawless, just in case I pick up the voice. I had to call in to make a contribution because that's ridiculous.
Right. And you're not even well. That one
I
hits
was
you, eh?
bad.
Is anyone
Let me tell
shishing your
you,
father?
I would just... No, that would never happen. That's my... The age. Just so... Nah, I would never do that. As for the woman, I totally get where you're coming from.
Right.
I don't support that at all. You guys are over 30. You're coming to my home, raid me free, shame my husband, I'm not for that. I would ban them immediately. Do not come to my home, and I would say to my husband, it's either me or them. I mean that they're
Right.
and respect your home. Don't come to my fridge and shish, and you know you don't like me. That lady said that.
So you see, the lady has to she has to take some pluck on this one. She has to take her own
So she
blame.
allowing it. You complaining about it and you allowing it. I would never allow that. Not one bit.
So what would your course of action be? You would definitely ban them children from coming. Ban them adults from coming
Just
at your
ban
home.
them.
Tell them.
Yes.
Tell them.
I mean, they can come, but don't go to my fridge. Don't come to my fridge. Don't go.
Okay, but at the same
You're
time,
working?
they are your stepchildren, right? And
Right.
and you would want to have a level of welcome in the house for them, right? So maybe they
Ask
feel
for it, I'll
maybe they
definitely
just
get
feel
for
too they're just too comfortable. Maybe they just feel like you are their mommy and they can do the same, do anything they want.
And they treating the lady
No,
like
but she
that.
did say that.
You're right. She didn't say that.
Exactly.
But maybe that's how they're looking at it.
That means that's how they're looking at it. Not at my home. When I give you water, you drink water. You feel me?
Told you, I give
When
you
I
water
give
and
you-
bread, you eat.
So they need to ask, not just go and take.
Exactly. You need to ask. That's not your dad's home. That is my home. That's me and your dad's home. We're together. You're working. You're not even saying you're coming for a bag or two of groceries, bring some stuff for your father, because you'll know what your mom did to him. Instead, you're coming, you're eating the little we have.
Wow.
Take me for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know anybody who's being shit by their kids?
What was that?
You know anyone who's in that situation?
So let's sell them out.
I actually knew. The person passed already, but so while he was alive, it's like his kids, they're all working, right? They're all grown, and because he did pretty good for himself when he was alive, and his pension was good. He had 2 pensions coming in, and the kids were like, "Yo, just taking him for every last bit."
Wow. How did they treat him in the end when he was sick or before? You said he passed away, right? So were they taking care of him?
And they barely came to visit. It was his children barely came to visit. They didn't even show much presence. Those overseas never flew down to the funeral, nothing like that.
Wow. Poor guy. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
And get well
Bye,
soon.
guys.
All right.
I will.
Speedy
Bye.
recovery to you. Thank you very much for your contribution. Yeah, so that's flawless. She feels that the children need to change, or the mother, the wife, she needs to change the way she deal with these kids. We have a few comments here. This one says, "My girl, give it to the Lord, and He will direct your path." I believe these children doing that deliberately. They want to mess up your life, and they want to mess up your life. But if it's up to you, mess up your life. But it's up to you. Sorry. All right. Just ask God to help, and He will. Tell the man how you feel. you can't go with anger. Just tell him how you feel and what he is expected of the situation. Remind his kids, remember his kids are already grown, and it's your life that you're living right now. So we got a call on the line. Hits FM, good morning, live.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. Morning, Leah. Morning, Stephanie.
Morning.
Happy birthday to Caden.
Thank you.
Caden celebrating his first birthday today.
Oh.
Welcome to the birthday world, Caden.
Yes.
So you have a comment?
Yes. Okay. When I was like, that woman was, like, how can she say that? But when I heard the children's age, I was like, what the? I'm the husband. I leave everything for it. I leave the house. I leave the everything.
Everything.
So that means I have a tree of money. I have a tree of right? I went and live with my wife. They probably think that the man giving the man giving the wife when it's the wife that giving the man.
Right, because she said she's helping him to get back on his feet right now.
It doesn't matter if he giving the wife money, that's his wife, and then his kids are grown. He don't owe them anything.
I don't say no. I don't like, you want to give your wife, and we're not getting. So they're taking from the man, so the man will not give the wife.
So you think that's their reason they're taking from him, so he doesn't have enough to give to her.
Probably that's the reason they're trying to take back. They're trying to take back from. So okay, I would have thought that the husband and wife talk amongst themselves, saying stepkids, the wife understand, and they have understanding, they, like a close family relationship.
Right.
But if you come into my house, you don't know whose money that buy it, where it coming from, where I taking it. You come in and you're taking my things in the fridge. You must be a mad child.
Definitely, I believe you.
The lady should.
I agree with you.
The lady should put her feet down. The lady should put what down. It's like what's theirs
is what their father own is theirs.
What's mine is what's theirs is my father.
Sometimes it's not even the father own. The father just still trying to get himself back on track, and she's helping him.
Exactly. They don't care. Now I lost my father a year ago, and even as I am grown, when my father get paid, I'll make sure I get before my mother. But I will not demand it from my father. I will not demand it. Say, oh, you have to, as if I'm my father woman and my mother first. So if I come and I demand it and all kind of, that's unfair to the lady, to the wife.
But don't you think that the father has a little bit of blame to take care too, because it seems like he's allowing them? I mean, obviously he should have put his foot down from time.
I think so too. But that the man is thinking that they're not small again. They're not babies. They are grown people. Yep. You leave everything you have for them and all kind of things. So the husband, the children should be be like, they have been forced to choose. If the husband tell them something, they choose the children. The wife, and the wife thinking he chooses his children over. So they should have a talk. I don't know what they're talking about, but they should have a talk to try and compromise. And the lady should put her feet down. Tell them if they go. Tell them something. Don't come in my fridge. I have a nice chocolate cake there.
The stepson come and just take his piece.
I seen chocolate cake. God, you must be mad, and I hold I craving for my chocolate cake. You must be a mad child.
She says she wants to ask them to stay away from
And
her
I'll
home.
eat.
You think that's a good idea? That's a good idea for her to do?
Yes, big people like that.
Put that big children like that, and they're not even.
Giving a card.
When you come at my home, if you come at my home, that's my house, husband and wife. That's my house. That's our house, right? No button. And take. Just you have to ask. Even if it's your father fridge or whatever, you have to ask. Can I go in? Can I get
some water? Can I have some water?
They should
Water
ask,
come in.
and that's respect, right? That's definitely respect.
Exactly.
You
It's
have to respect it. Well, if
go ahead. You did.
if they close like that, if they close like that, they can, but don't just take things without. You don't know whose own not there. You don't know whose own. So stop taking
All right. So it says here.
poison thing and you want.
It says here. It says, I want to tell my husband, be careful about giving them so much. But Lucian men always find an excuse to harbor their children. Is that? Would you agree with that comment? I mean,
I agree.
yeah.
Well,
But some of them, there's
some fathers
There's some kids, yeah, give their kids to
for the children.
Exactly.
So I won't say, yeah.
Yeah.
You would say, yeah.
They will always have a soft. They will always have a soft spot for the children, no matter
Some
how
of
old.
them, some men don't care.
Have a soft spot for the children. So honestly, I'm not sure. So, but they will always most definitely spot for the children, but not to the for you disrespecting my wife and all that. That's a no. Don't come and disrespect my.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Thanks for your comment. And of course, that's Tamara. This one says, this comment says, my lady, I have a serious conversation with your husband. Speak your heart. And eventually, if he does not talk to them, tell them something like, you all come here for stuff from your dad, but you never give him anything. And see how they react. Stephanie, that sounds like you right there.
Like me?
Yes. That sounds like something that you would do. What do you think?
Confront the kids? Yeah. I wouldn't do it in a bad way, but
I would agree
I
with
would.
anyhow. I don't care.
So as a woman, I mean, as a woman, would you? I mean, to me, it doesn't sound like they have a great relationship with the stepmother, right? Now, to me, I would believe that if there was a relationship, then she would open the home to them. She wouldn't really mind. But to her, it seems like these kids come, they basically, they're pirates. They
for the
plunder.
past 2 years.
This one says, you must be mad, child. I cry. Oh my goodness, good morning. Because they're waiting for another woman to say, but he not with that girl. Okay. You know, I believe that, and this happens a lot. You have a lot of stepchildren who are allowed to come to the new home, right? And are given, you know, just given free reign. You can do what you want. This is your home. And these children come, some of them respect the home, right? Some of them don't. This to me sounds like disrespect right through. I believe that the wife needs to check herself and have a conversation with her husband about those 30-year-old children.
Yeah, I think they
You know,
children for children.
30-year-old children, because that's what adults would not act like that.
The mindset is
You know, it also can be the way they were raised by the said father, allow them to do what they want or have what they want when they want it. Maybe it's just the way he has always been with these children. That's manifesting itself now. She's seeing it because she's somewhat new to being with them.
I mean, giving them money is one thing, raiding my fridge is another.
Well, I mean, if it's a situation where they come, oh, I want that, I'm taking that. Give me this, give me that. Right?
That's greedy.
Or they come home and they see cake and they eat. Maybe these kids don't even have food. When I say have food, like decent, nicely cooked food, nice cake, tasting cake. and she's a very good cook, and they love your food and they love your baking, and when they come over,
Well, buy the
in their mind,
ingredients and bring forward to
they're
make.
thinking, okay, I hope stepmom have some cake in the fridge, boy. I feel like
I
eating a
will
nice
bring
piece of
some
cake.
ingredients for me to
So,
make.
so they should contribute towards
Yes.
and well, I agree with you. They should definitely contribute towards
But
the groceries.
about it.
But then, if they're always asking their father for stuff, then you know they're not going to contribute.
I was living with my father for a while. And
Mhm.
anything I wanted, I never asked my father. Even
You
even
did-
if it was his home,
Mhm.
I always just asked my stepmom. We don't have a good relationship, but
You
I
still used to
always-
ask, so you'd ask her
Was
before.
never my
But at
fault.
least you were asking. But it sounds like these children don't ask. They come in. The only thing they ask for is, "Daddy, where's your wallet?" And of course, she complains about them hitting up her fridge and taking stuff. I hope it's not just that they come and they see a turkey in the fridge. Yeah, I want a
The
turkey.
whole
And
turkey.
take the whole
No.
turkey.
What would you do, Asylum?
Me?
Yeah.
You'll be buying my turkey back for sure. For sure, you would not
And
be
then your
allowed
kids
to.
constantly coming in your fridge, reading your fridge.
Mhm.
What would
Okay,
you
that-
do? Your two daughters.
My girls are different.
Yeah, I know they're different, but
Oh.
I
Just-
like if
just
yeah.
in this
I don't know.
situation,
I don't
what
know.
would you do?
I mean, the situation to me doesn't sound like one that really exists. I mean, I can't see. Well, to me, I can't see because
not
I would step up to
your
my
kids
children. I
wouldn't
would
do
step up
you
to my.
that.
I would because the thing is with me is that I can't see why the father wouldn't be a father, be a man, and step to his
Step
children and say, look,
right
you know,
and tell
listen,
them,
hold up. First of all, you come in here, you're welcome here. First of all, you're my children, you are welcome here, but there's rules to this. First of all, you have to come with respect. Right? So when you enter these doors, you see that woman over there? That's my wife. Might not be the person that you want me to be with. Because that's what I think that has a lot to do with that too. I believe that these children do not want the father to be with that woman.
They want the
Right?
father all
So they're
to
trying to
the-
frustrate the poor woman by, being that way towards her. Right? First of all, daddy needs to see that these children really isn't there for him. They're selfish, they're greedy. Right? His birthday comes around, she says, no card. For the 2 years that they've been together. No card. No call, no nothing. No happy birthday, nothing. Christmas, the same thing. But every time they need something, run down to daddy.
I second that.
And as I said, these 30-year-old kids, and I emphasize kids, they're still children. Because
Step- they
adults
step
do not
children, not kids.
adult do not think like that.
Alright.
Especially at 30. I could understand if these kids were still minor. If they were still under the age of 18. But you're 30 years old. At 30, if by 30 years you haven't defined yourself as an individual, something's definitely wrong with you. And a part of that definition would be you taking care of yourself, not still depending on your parents. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't run to mom and daddy for a little cushion every once in a while. You understand me?
Yeah.
If I need anything, if I ever run short anywhere, I think of my mom first before I think of a friend or anyone else. If I come to you and say, look, Stephanie, can you do this for me? It's because my mom says, you know what, I can't. That's usually but that's just our natural, a natural thing for us. We're supposed to go to our parents when we need help, especially when it's something that's out of control. Hits FM. Good morning. You're live. Good morning. You're live.
Hello, good morning, Asylum.
Good morning. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
Ozone.
How is the two ladies that's there with you?
Flawless is a little. The ladies are fine. They're great.
I'm
Ladies.
fine, thank you.
Good morning, Miss
That's my
Ozone.
checker.
Oh, Macheka.
Macheka.
Oh,
That's Redman's wife. How are you doing, Macheka?
Yeah. Yeah, from there, Mount V4.
Okay.
I'm doing fine. By
Great.
the grace of God, I'm there listening.
All right.
All sick.
So, what do you think? Macheka?
Well, what I have to say,
Uh-huh.
that lady and the man had a wife before,
Right.
and he divorced. And now he's friendly to that lady
Uh-huh.
for about 2 years. And now they get married.
Right.
They have a new home. And the man self have 2 children.
Right.
So that's the
Stepchildren, right.
How old they are, that children?
30 years old,
30
30.
years old.
Big
They are
people.
not kids
No,
anymore.
no, they're not.
They can understand, they can listen what that dad tell them.
Uh-huh.
I have another woman now.
Right.
And that lady, she's my wife now. I'm not together with your mother. So when you all come to that home, you all have to respect my wife. If you all want anything in the fridge or in the home, you all have to ask my wife.
Right.
When you ask, you will get.
Mm-hmm.
Not just come in the house as it's your home. That's not your home. That is my wife's home now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you all want something, you all have to ask. When you ask, you will get. But you not just come jump in my fridge and eat everything I have in my fridge. That's not going to happen. And sheshe me. And sheshe my husband too.
Right.
Even though the husband is your father.
Uh-huh.
But you all are growing up. You all supposed to know that father have another wife.
True.
And
True.
that father, birthday come in, no gift.
Nothing, eh?
Christmas come in, no gift, nothing. Just you all come for the money and you all are growing up 30 years old. The husband self have to put his feet down to tell that children, no, that's not the way. Enough is enough.
True.
You all are growing up now. You all can bring a little something for me too. Especially if you all are working. Not just come and sheshe me and go sheshe me. Especially it seems they don't like the wife.
Mm-hmm. So
That's the reason why they are doing that.
they're trying to frustrate the wife.
You understand? You know, sometimes it's the mother that pushing them to go there.
Ah.
Well, that if it was me, that will not going to happen with me. Eh? If you all come with a good manners, you all ask, you will get. But you not just come and open my fridge and go and share everything I have in my fridge. Never. If I see them was doing that all the time, my husband self, I will go to take a rap on him. You have to put your feet down to tell that children that is not good.
Right.
You don't see sheshe that children want to sheshe you? Huh? So you like the sheshe and all the time is me that taking
You like
all the blame. I that have to go and buy thing and to put in my fridge back. All the time you come and eat and go. I don't know. I don't mind. It was children that have 8 years.
Right.
9 years, 7 years.
Right.
But 40 years old, you can have children yourself if you have a boyfriend. Huh? That's a setup.
So you think
if I remember, remember they can say children now. When step children, they will stay under step.
Uh-huh.
When I tell you to come in, you will come in.
Stay on the step.
Because you all are growing up, you all not kids anymore.
And call when you come in. Call and ask if you
call
can come.
and ask if I can come
Yeah,
in.
don't just show up.
May I come, my stepmother, may I come and see my dad today?
Uh-huh.
But when you all come and look for the wallet.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not fair. I don't like that. I don't like that
And
at
Dad
all.
needs to check himself too,
But
because
if I have a husband and I divorce with the husband and you have stepchildren, stepchildren stay at your mother's home. So long you're growing up already. You understand?
right.
So the wife has to put her foot down too
Right.
and talk to the husband. So let them know what that's going on.
But I'm
Because he's
sure-
my husband now. Because now, if my husband falls sick, it's not that children that come and look after him.
That's
Because all
it.
the time they shame him.
That's the thing.
You understand?
Right.
Well, that's my contribution because I'm there listening to you all.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Machaka.
you.
Thank you very much for your
Okay.
contribution.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
too.
And big up Redman for me.
And my husband, Redman, tell you hello.
All right. Enough love to you, Redman.
Okay, bye-bye.
My husband.
Yes.
My husband.
Damn right.
Yes,
You're right with that
my
one. That's
husband.
her husband. Good afternoon to Redman.
She made a great point there. And when my stepmother was living at her home, we used to call to tell her we were coming.
coming.
But at my dad's home, we never call and tell
So
her.
when she was living with your
On
dad,
her own, like when she was in her house,
Right,
my
at her
father was
right.
living with her,
Uh-huh.
we used to call and say,
We'll come
coming
in
for
there.
the weekend, or can we come and see my father, or can we come for the day and he'll go drop us later and stuff like that.
right?
and she never say no.
Right, and
But
because
we
you
never
showed the
used to
respect and you
tell
call.
her-
But you made a point. You said that when things turned, I guess your dad built his own home and then she
Well,
moved.
no, my father always had his
Okay.
house, but he just moved.
You just
with her.
move with her. But when he moved back and she was staying with him there,
Yeah, we never used to
you
go
never used to
because
call.
it was our
you,
area.
is that your
we
figure?
just find
But
it was okay for us to go there.
you never
But we
had a
never
problem. You never had a
disrespected
problem with her.
No.
With that, so she openly welcomed you, and that's because you showed her respect. And when
Although
you,
we don't have a close relationship, but
but you ever share her fridge?
No. We would
So-
ask.
so maybe
or
that's
she
the
would
problem.
just give. She would just give. Sometimes we didn't have to ask. She would just give.
Right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, I think as a stepmother, you take on the responsibility when that child, especially when that child is with you, to be
Right.
that child's mother. That child becomes yours. So you take care of that child as you would your own, right? But I mean, when you have children who are disrespectful, that changes the game. Hits FM, good afternoon, you live.
Yeah, good day. It's not yet afternoon.
Oh, okay, it's almost there. All right.
Yeah, it seems that you're hungry because you're looking
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
well,
so
I'm-
because it's
I haven't
exactly
had breakfast
hungry.
this morning because of you, eh? So
You didn't breakfast?
because
So
of
what
you.
you are eating in the office? What was that?
That was a warm up.
Oh, because I saw you for $2 loaf.
You have to
So I was
put
wondering.
you have to put my business out this morning.
Oh my
No,
God.
I didn't say that to anybody. You guys spoke to.
All right. Uh-huh.
I like the program,
Right.
and I cannot agree more than that with the last caller.
Macheka.
Because it is high time that parents start training their children the way that they should grow
Right.
and teach them the things that they're supposed to know.
Right.
Mom and dad not together again. Whether it's on dad's side, you have to let the children know. Your mother and I not together again, or either your mother die or we separate, we divorce and whatever. But this is the new person in my life.
Right.
When you come into my home, the things that are in the fridge don't always be mine, because some children think that my father's home or my mother's home,
Everything's
whatever she
theirs.
have on the fridge, that's mine. I can do what I want. And not even the dishes they want to wash.
True.
And some of them have no manners. Some of them are mannerly because of the way that you have been brought up by their parents. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want something in the fridge, you can say, hey, Miss Teresa, even Miss Teresa is not your mother, but Miss Teresa is your stepmother with your father. Miss Teresa is supposed to get the amount of love, the amount of respect that you would give your mom while she was with your dad, because she is the one taking care of your dad. They are the one that planning and put things together to sit at the fridge, have things on the stove, have food. You cannot just come in, because it's my father's home, just stepping in and just come in, pulling a plate and knife and fork and just go down in the pan like shit. Dès là, yo faut tellement, yo capable plus ça les ont passé pendant ni. You understand?
Right.
And you cannot talk to them. And some parents, if the man go and talk to the woman, go and talk to the man and say, you know, I'm asylum, a doctor secret. They came there and they went in the pan. And, oh, this is my child. And when my child come at my home, they have the right to interfere.
Well,
I mean, that's not good, man.
Right.
That's not good. And I
not.
believe any woman or any man should accept those kind of things from the children. And you tell your spouse that, and your spouse go like giving them the right. You have the right to walk out of that relationship, because it will not go anywhere far. And there will always have some animosity between the two of you, some misunderstanding, because your children are in between the two of you.
Right.
So the children that are out there that feel that this is my mother's house or my father's house, whatever they have, that is mine. You cannot go to bed with your father. You cannot go to bed with your mother. There's something different that you cannot do for them.
Right.
So you, as a 30-year-old, go and look for 4 sheets of plywood and 2 sheets of galvanized. Fit yourself in there and let your mother and your father live their life with the new person that they have in their life. Let them live in peace and unity. Find yourself your own house. Find yourself your own house and let the people live together. Last fair, like the mother said, the lady said a while ago. I said, Daddy, you don't have $10 to give me. Daddy, you don't have this. Daddy, you don't have. You come and chercher. Après, ma go parler, ni ma go parler, I don't finish to pay. You understand?
Yeah.
So the children have to understand that the relationship that people have among themselves, let them grow their relationship, and when you come there, respect everything that is there. Don't just walk in and go in the people's bedroom. That is not your home. That is your father's home or your mother's home. It is not yours. Work for yours. That's my take on that, my brother.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. Have yourself a wonderful day, Dr. Secret. Yes, thank you very much. Very, very valuable point. We got a couple minutes left, and we got a couple comments, so let me try to get through them. This one person says, the lady demand respect at your home. Needs to set up and let those 30-year-olds, needs to step up and let those 30-year-olds know that this is, the father needs to step up and let those 30-year-old kids know that this is your wife and this is her right, this is her home. They need to respect her. They are not little anymore and have to ask for permission to enter the fridge or ask for anything that they want in their house. He does own them. He doesn't owe them any money. They are all grown and are working and are not his responsibility as adults. Next one says, if was me, the wife, they should be pooping on on them every day. They enter my fridge because I would fix the stuff in the fridge for them. My goodness. They would never think of raiding my fridge again without asking. Next one says, the father needs to see the kids are not there for him. They only taken from him. And not even a card on his birthday or Christmas. They're trying to destroy his relationship with his wife. Another one says, if is a kid, I have no problem in taking care of them, but they are grown kids. They need to get a life of their own and let their father live his life with his wife. Definitely agreeing with all these comments here this morning. We got so much more, but we definitely are out of time. I want to thank the folks that called and made their contributions. We're going to thank all the folks that are viewing via GVD TV channel 115, via Facebook, via YouTube, via Hits 92.1, 91.1 in the south of the island. Thanks again, Flawless. Get well soon. And ladies, thank you very much for your contribution.
You're welcome.
Anything quick before we go? We have a minute. What do you think?
Women versus man.
Man versus woman. It's man versus woman.
Woman versus
Man versus, and we got a couple more questions here, so we'll visit those questions tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Thank you very much once again, St. Lucia. We're out of here. Have yourselves a wonderful day.